Happy New Year.
Today, we're looking back and leaning forward, reflecting on where we've been and intentionally stepping into what's ahead.
Yes.
Welcome to the Beautiful View podcast, where we encourage you to look for opportunities in your life to see a beautiful view. I'm Candy.
And I'm Paul. We chose that title because we're doing both. We're reflecting on the year behind us and looking forward toward this year and what it will hold for us.
Yeah, we found that pausing to look back helps us see God's fingerprints more clearly. And leaning forward helps us move with intention instead of just floating into the new year.
So sit back, relax, and enjoy the beautiful view.
We could climb a mighty mountain, float on down a winding river, travel back in time and face our future too. I'm not scared of where I'm going, 'cause I know whose hands I'm holding. Oh, I'd go anywhere as long as you're going to. Well, I'd go anywhere as long as I'm with you.
Before we jump into today's episode, let's catch everyone up on what we've been up to the last few weeks.
Yes, we've been busy.
We have been busy. So
Again,
always busy. It seems like we're always so busy.
I know.
So Emily and I hopped on a plane and flew to Texas.
Yes.
Second week of December,
Yes.
I guess, for family Christmas party down there. So
Yeah, you did.
That was a good time. I think we were there for about 5 days or so. So we got to Christmas with everybody and hang out with the littles. And it was kind of fun because they knew Aunt Candy was coming. The twins did,
Yes,
but they
they
did not know when I was going to be there. So when they got home from school on the Friday,
There you were.
I was there, and the first thing they said is, "What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Can we do a craft? Can we do something fun?" Yeah, it was like it's like as soon as Aunt Candy shows up, they know something fun's gonna happen.
You bring the fun with you.
I was so tired though. I was like, "Okay, kids, Aunt Candy's gonna have to take a little
me a
nap
break."
first."
And I drove you into the airport in Cedar Rapids, and there was some real tricky driving conditions.
Yeah, it was really nasty. It was
nasty.
actually, it was 9 degrees when we left here, when I left Cedar Rapids on Friday morning.
Yeah.
And I arrived in San Angelo, Texas, and that day the high was 75 degrees. And it was
just can't
like,
The contrast is crazy.
it is crazy. So
Yeah, there was a severe
Yeah.
winter storm in Cedar Rapids, and we were like, everybody was sliding around on the ice and stuff. Crazy.
it was crazy.
And then we had Christmas.
we did.
So you flew back.
Yep.
And so we had Christmas here in Bellevue. And in our last episode, I had talked about how we had 18 inches of snow, which was toward the end of November that we had that.
Yep.
And so I was convinced that
You called a white Christmas.
I said it was going to be a white Christmas. For sure it's going to be a white Christmas.
It was not a white Christmas.
It was not a white Christmas. It was muddy, brown.
Yeah, actually, when the snow melted away,
Yeah.
you could still see our stripy grass. Like
Yes.
when you mowed it for the very last time
in the
before
fall.
winter came. So
Yeah.
once all the snow melted, we still have stripy grass.
We still
under
have
there.
stripy
And it was
grass.
actually still pretty green.
It wasn't bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we don't have any snow here right now, and
Nope.
touch wood, hopefully there won't be any more.
Yeah.
New Year's was great. We had a great little
Yeah.
family get together.
We did. Yeah, we had a lot of fun over New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. Spent a lot of time with friends and family here. And
Yeah.
that evening so New Year's Eve, we have a family tradition that we've done. I looked back at my notes app on my phone where I keep all the years. We started this little tradition in 2012.
Wow.
Tyler was 4 years old the first time that we did it.
Yeah.
So we still lived in the house in Odessa, Texas. That was pre-RVing years. Like that was like
Pre any
way
of that
back.
stuff.
So, but what we do is we have a set of questions that we ask every year. It's always the same questions. It's like your favorite thing that you did this year, your favorite thing you wore this year, favorite thing you ate, just silly questions like that.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of like things that you're thankful for,
Yeah.
things that you want to do in the new year, and just things like that. So it's always fun to do that every year. Questions stay the same, answers most of the time change.
For me, they're not changing that much
although,
anymore.
as we reflected back and looked back at last year's, a lot of Paul's were the same answers, so he's stagnant.
I'm kind of boring. Stagnant? Wow.
So anyway, but it's a lot of fun. It's fun to see. Emily, I think, was really excited because she had accomplished everything she had set out to do in 2025.
Like, check,
she was very, very excited.
She was excited.
So it's a lot of fun, but that's kind of our little New Year's Eve tradition.
And you can imagine with Tyler, that's pretty much his entire life. He's been doing that on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
He doesn't know any different.
Yeah, as long as since he was 4, so about the time that he was old enough to kind of understand the questions and give an answer. That's
Isn't that crazy?
It is crazy. So if you've been listening for a while, you know that our family also chooses a word of the year on New Year's Eve.
Yes, we do.
So that's kind of a thing. And it's not as a goal or a resolution or anything like that, but it's just something that grounds us for the year.
Yeah.
So something to return to when life gets noisy, right?
Right. So today we're going to reveal our 2026 word of the year. And we are going to talk a little bit about how our 2025 word of the year played out over the year.
Our word for 2025 was abide.
Yes.
And honestly, it felt kind of quiet when I first chose it. I think you and the kids were even a little bit confused by it, even after I tried to explain it and all of that. It just felt like a really cozy word to me.
Yeah, we were a little sort of, oh, okay. And, and it's always one of those things that we've come to know that sort of plays out over the years. So we weren't immediately concerned. But I mean, the word abide doesn't come across with a lot of flash.
Right.
It's not like a word that indicates hustle or breakthrough. It's not bold. I mean, you wouldn't find it mentioned in a leadership book or in a motivational speech. It's just sort of, I don't know, slow and relational.
Yeah. The verse we anchored to was in John 15. It says, abide in me and I in you. Okay. At the beginning of the year, I thought abiding would feel very peaceful, gentle, restful, still. I envisioned like being held or being comforted.
Okay, but the reality was, in some ways, our ability to abide was actually being tested.
So tested.
Yes.
There were moments this past year where everything in me wanted to quit, fix, push, strive, or control outcomes.
And the word abide means stay put. Don't run away. Stay connected. Stay prayerful. Stay surrendered, especially when the answers were not immediate.
Yeah. One thing I noticed is that abiding did not remove the hard things.
No.
It did change how I walked through them.
Yes. It shifted the question from how do we get through this to who are we staying connected to while we go through this?
Yeah. In John 15:5, Jesus states, I am the vine, you are the branches. He who abides in me and I in him bears much fruit. For without me, you can do nothing. And at times I contemplated, how do I reconnect to that vine? There were seasons where everything just got to be too much. Productivity slowed, plans changed, expectations had to loosen, and that was uncomfortable for me. In fact, I pretty much came to the end of what I had to give.
Yeah, there was a point where you just didn't have anything left. Like, I have never seen you like that before.
It was pretty bad.
And that was when we packed up the RV and the truck and we got out of town for a few days. And you can learn about what went on with that trip in our episode Unplugged. The main thing that you did during that time away was to unplug so that you could get away from the noise of the world and our life and abide in Him.
Yep.
Reading His Word, which you did every day, journaling, those kind of things that kind of got you centered again.
I had a little coloring book that had scriptures and stuff, and I colored constantly. I'm sure you thought I had really lost it.
Well, you know, I knew that there was, after our trip, there was going to be decision A or decision B. Mm-hmm. And so it was really interesting to see how that worked out.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that we got that time away, because I can see now how that time of abiding produced fruit that we couldn't have manufactured. Like, things turned out completely contrary to what we would have predicted. So
more trust, more peace that didn't depend on circumstances.
Yes.
More awareness of God's presence in ordinary moments.
Yes, and deeper roots. We both completed reading the entire Bible within the year in 2025.
Yep.
And this was the first year that I had completed reading the entire Bible within 1 year.
Yeah, good job.
Thank you very much.
This was my eighth time.
Yes, I know, you're overachiever.
It's crazy.
The best I've done before is 18 months.
Which is still good.
It was
That's
good.
still really good.
I didn't give up. I got to the end of the 1 year Bible reading plan, and I wasn't anywhere near Revelation. And I just kind of kept ticking away, and I'd drop it, pick it back up again, and drop it and pick it back up again.
Yeah.
And actually this year, I found that by January 3rd or 4th, because I hadn't started up a new plan, I really wanted to get back into the Word again. I missed it. So we picked it up again this year.
Yep.
I think our abide in 2025 was a year of the kind of strengthening of what's unseen, which manifested itself in how we showed up for each other, for our family, our friends, and our community.
Yeah, if I had to sum up what abide taught me this last year, it would be this. Closeness with God is not something that you graduate from. It's something you choose again and again.
Yes. For me, abiding became a call to center on what is most important and stay there a while. Now, that was difficult at times. Nothing bad. Nothing bad happened in 2025. It just was all a lot. We were very busy, and we just needed to keep up. But abiding connected us with the source of the strength that we needed. So before you reveal the word of the year to our audience, I want to talk a little about the way we heard what this word was.
Okay.
So every year you pray about what you feel the Lord wants us to have as our word for the year.
Yeah, I don't really know how that kind of ended up as my thing, but I guess I kind of came across it initially and was like, I want to do that this year. And everybody was like, yeah, that's a great idea. So I just always kind of choose the word. And a lot of times it comes down to the very last minute.
Yeah.
I mean, this year I had 2 words that were floating around, and usually I'll choose the word and then I see that word everywhere.
Yeah.
And so out of the 2 words that I had floating around, and I'm not going to reveal what the other one was because that might be next year's word or something, but I saw both of them.
Oh, okay.
Multiple times. Oh. So it just was really it really came down to just praying about it. Pick one. Pray about it and pick one.
Yeah.
So as I prayed about our word for 2026, I asked God what word we were meant to carry forward. Okay. That was really important to me. I kind of wanted something that built on last year's word. So I wanted something that kind of followed abide.
Yes.
I also had in mind the ages of our children and the life situations that they're in now and approaching.
Very much a transition time.
It is. And I wanted something that spoke to all of us.
Yes.
So right where we are.
Yep.
I wanted it to speak to Emily as a young adult who's trying to figure out life and find her way.
Yep.
I wanted it to speak to Tyler as he begins to think about, what happens after high school and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And on New Year's Eve, you revealed that word, and it is called.
Called. Not in a loud spotlight kind of way, but in a deeply personal one.
Yes. For me, this word reminds me of a struggle that I had from the moment I accepted Christ in that little chapel in Devon, England, way back in 1996. Many new Christians talk about and struggle with their calling. You feel like you want to devote your new life to the one who brought you into a freedom that you've never felt before. So you wonder exactly how you're going to use this new life you have. That's your calling. For me, I wondered if that might mean that I was to become a pastor. And that became a goal that led me through Bible college and a ministry vocation for many years. This word, though, has a different connotation. It is called, not calling. Calling is ongoing, active, and continually unfolding. Called is past tense. It's settled and confirmed. It is rooted in the truth that we are called to what is already established, and it points to identity and assurance.
Scripture speaks often about being called, not just as a destination, but as an invitation. One verse that kept coming to mind is 2 Timothy 1:9. He has saved us and called us to a holy life, not because of anything we have done, but because of his own purpose and grace.
I love that because it reminds me that a calling isn't earned, it's received. It's rooted in God's grace and not our performance. Scripture often shows that God calls first and then clarity comes later. Abraham, Moses, the disciples were all called before they felt ready.
It's true.
Calling can become a burden if we think we have to figure it all out. Called is grounding because it reminds us that God initiates and this is his intention for our lives, not ours.
Yes. And this reminds me of a verse that I kept returning to over and over again when I was praying over this. And it says in 1 Thessalonians 5:24, the one who calls you is faithful and he will do it.
Being called doesn't mean we have to carry the weight of making everything happen. God is faithful to do the work as we respond.
Being called also doesn't always mean something new.
Right.
Sometimes it means remembering who you already are and who God has asked you to be.
Yes. Ephesians 4 verse 1 says, live a life worthy of the calling you have received. That verse feels practical and everyday. Calling worked out in how we love, and how we serve, and how we show up.
There's calling in our marriages, in our parenting, in our life decisions, our schools, in our friendships, our communities, in our work, and in the quiet obedience that no one else sees.
And Romans 11:29 reminds us, for God's gifts and his call are irrevocable. Even when we feel unsure or delayed, God doesn't take his calling back.
Yeah, and as I mentioned before, I love that called builds on abide.
Yeah.
We didn't jump from rest straight into action.
Ready, set, go.
We're moving from rootedness into responsiveness.
Yeah, exactly. When I think about the difference between the words calling and called, I notice how much pressure I sometimes have put on myself when I wonder what my calling was. Calling can feel like something I have to chase down or figure out, or something that I need to earn a degree for instance. But being called reminds me that God has already spoken. I'm not striving to find a purpose. I'm learning to live faithfully on the purpose he's already placed on my life.
Yeah, answering God's voice. Answering with faith, answering even when the path isn't fully clear. And that is our prayer this year for our lives and also for anyone else who chooses to journey with us.
Yes. As we lean into 2026, we're asking different questions than we have before.
Yeah, less, what should we do next? And more, where are we being called to show up?
And trusting that obedience matters more than having the whole picture.
If you're listening and stepping into a new year with uncertainty, we want you to know you don't have to have everything figured out.
No.
We sure don't.
No, we don't. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is stay close or abide and then say yes to the next right thing.
Yeah. As we close today, Paul is going to lead us in a prayer, one that holds both where we've been and where we're going. Would you pray with us?
Yes. God, we thank you for the invitation to abide. This past year, you reminded us that you are the vine and we are the branches, and that real fruit comes not from striving, but from staying connected to you. Thank you for meeting us in the quiet, the waiting, and the ordinary moments where you formed our hearts. As we lean forward into this new year, we thank you that you are a God who calls. Your word tells us that the one who calls us is faithful, and you will do it. Help us live lives worthy of the calling we have received, listening for your voice, answering with faith, and trusting you with what's ahead. For everyone listening, would you draw them close to abide deeply in you and gently show them where you are calling them to take the next step? We receive your call with open hands and willing hearts. Amen.
Amen. As we look back with gratitude and lean forward with complete trust, we're reminded that abiding keeps us rooted, and being called invites us to respond.
And wherever this next season leads, we'll keep choosing to stay close, listen well, and take the next faithful step.
And that is today's beautiful view. Thank you for joining us today. Our hope is always to inspire and encourage our listeners. So we truly hope this episode gives you space to reflect on where you've been, where God is inviting you to lean forward, and how he might be calling you in this season.
Whether your word for the year comes quickly or takes time to unfold, whether you choose your own word or you choose to adopt ours, we encourage you to stay close to him. Abide deeply, listen carefully, and trust that God is faithful to lead you one step at a time.
Yeah. If this episode resonated with you, do us a favor. We would love for you to share it with a friend or leave a review. It just helps others find the podcast and join the conversation.
Yes, and as always, thank you for being part of this community. We're grateful you're here and honored to walk this journey with you. If you like what we do here at the Beautiful View podcast, you can show your appreciation by becoming a supporting member for only $5 a month. And we would like to welcome Jim to our Patreon community. Jim is a great friend of ours and of the podcast and has consistently encouraged us along the way. Thank you, Jim.
Thank you, Jim.
As a supporting member, Jim will be receiving a members-only Beautiful View podcast sticker.
Actually, we put 2 stickers in his envelope because he is definitely a sticker guy. He is the one that keeps me on track when we run out of stickers at the brewery. Our little stickers. He's like, Candy, need to order more stickers. Which I know, I need to order more stickers. We will do that tomorrow.
We will do that.
So, but together with all of our other supporters, he will be getting a regular, encouraging newsletter in his inbox.
All financial support helps us cover our production costs. The link for you to sign up is in our show notes.
Also, be sure to follow Beautiful View on Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok. The links are in our show notes.
So, at the end of each episode, we like to find out what the next episode is going to be about. So, what's it going to be next time?
Well, our daughter Emily and I were talking one day about when you and I were her age.
Oh.
She had a lot of questions about who her parents were in their early 20s.
Oh, okay.
And she has compiled a list of questions for us.
Oh, no.
We're going to try to answer some of those questions in our next episode. Are you nervous?
Yes, I'm nervous. I am very nervous. I know exactly what I was like when I was in my early 20s. So, do we have to answer all of them?
To be determined.
And do we have to be truthful?
We always have to be truthful.
I might avoid
but
some answers.
you have editing rights.
Okay, I feel better now.
Thank you once again for joining us today. We hope you have a great day, and remember to always keep an eye open for opportunities in life to see a beautiful view. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
We could climb a mighty mountain, float on down a winding river, travel back in time and face our future too. Oh, I'm not scared of where I'm going, 'cause I know whose hands I'm holding. Oh, I'd go anywhere as long as you're going too. And I'd go anywhere as long as I'm with you. Yeah, I'd go